We are Divergent.
Cause baby, now we got bad blood.
Today I'm going to be talking about Joan of Arc. She was born around 1412 and died when she was 19 years old. Her father was a tenant farmer. His name was Jacques d'Arc. She's from the village of Dormery in northern eastern France. She was never taught to read or write, but her mother instilled in her a deep love for the Catholic Church and its teachings. At the age of 13, Joan began to hear voices. She determined had been sent by God to give her a mission of overwhelming importance to save France by expelling its enemies and installing Charles as a rightful king. At the age of 16, her father attempted to arrange a marriage for her. She was convinced a local court that she should not be forced to accept the match. Joan is divergent because she's little of all the factions. She's dauntless because she successfully led an army to Orleans in March of 1429. She's also abnegation because she's dedicated herself to her country. She's also erudite because she led the army. She's candor because she was honest. When they accused her of witchcraft.
Go. My person is Lech Walesa, and he is Divergent. He was born September 29, 1943. When he was about 30 years old, he started a movement and led Poland to an independent union with non-communist countries, because Poland was communist at the time. He also served in a war for 2 years to support his country. Eventually, he became the president of Poland and supported human rights and fellow workers, which made him amity and abnegation. Because he fought in the war, he is dauntless because that makes him brave, and dauntless are brave. And because he became president, he is candor and erudite. Because erudite, you have to be smart, and candor, you have to be honest. And as the president, you have to have all these qualities. Eventually, he became the president of Poland and supported human rights and fellow workers, which made him amity and abnegation. He also fought in the war, which made him dauntless. And because he became president, he is candor and erudite. Being one thing could not have helped him to accomplish all his things that he did in his lifetime. Being divergent gives you the ability to do more than one thing. So, don't just be one thing, be many, be divergent.
My person was Kemal Ataturk, and he is divergent. Ataturk was the first president of Turkey. He had a military service to the Ottoman Empire from 1893 to 1919, and Turkey from 1919 to 1927. He is credited for being the founder of the Republic of Turkey. His surname, Ataturk, means father of the Turks. It was granted to him in 1934, and no one else shall have his name. He was a military officer during World War I. He led the Turkish national movement in the Turkish War of Independence. Ataturk also established a provisional government, Anarcha. Upon winning the Turkism War of Independence, he wanted the former Ottoman Empire to become a modern and secure nation-state. While Ataturk was under rule, he built thousands of schools, and schooling was free. Women were given equal rights on civil and political points. The taxation of peasants was also reduced dramatically. His government also carried out an extensive policy of Turkification. It was the principles of Ataturk's reforms, which modern-day Turkey referred to as Kemalism. Kemal Ataturk was a leader because he got his country out of the dark. He helped people when they needed it the most. He built schools for education to be important. And he made women to have a say in politics and civil rights, which is a big thing. He created Kemalism. Ataturk is the leader of the Divergent because he is strong as a military leader. His leadership skills proven how much he did. He was kind because of his leadership, his skills to justice, and his skills to have industries. Ataturk belongs to the faction of Divergent because he is all five.
Hey, I got Golda Meir. She was born on May 3, 1898 in Kiev, Ukraine. When she was born at a very young age, she loved to learn and wanted to become a teacher. Her parents told her not to become a teacher because if she became a teacher, she couldn't marry. She didn't listen to them and took her risk like Dauntless would and became a teacher. She was an erudite at her lifetime, but when she got older, everything changed in her life. As time passed, she got married to a friend named Morris Meyerson. She had a son and a daughter. Later on, things did not go so well between her husband, and they broke up farther, but they did not get divorced because they couldn't. At least they were honest to each other, like candor. She went to a political field, and she made up her way to be the prime minister. She dreamed of helping the Jewish homeland, and she did. It hoped to create independence and peace for them. She was a leading role model in the movement called Zionism, where it created a Jewish state in Palestine. She made a better government for Israel and set up the World Zionist Organizations along with agreements. She loved and cared for her people and wanted to ensure the best protection for them the way she could. She went through a lot of bravery and courage. She faced many tragedies and hardship, especially the Yom Kippur War. She will bring you peace, equality, happiness, knowledge, strongness, kindness, bravery, selflessness, and honesty. Come with Goda and be divergent. Be different with her, and breathe freely to make the good in everyone. Grandma Golda is always there for you all.
There's nothing to fear but fear itself.
Come to our side, the divergent side.